So before you started working with Lindsay, what was your biggest struggle?
Before I started working with Lindsay, I struggled with consistency.
What about consistency did you struggle with?
Just continuously restarting, setting my expectations at an unrealistic point that I couldn't maintain. And so I would constantly crash and then have to restart.
Cool. So how did the challenge of being inconsistent make you feel?
It made me feel frustrated because I was continuously just restarting.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a big struggle. So what changed after you started working with Lindsay?
Honestly, I just had to trust Lindsay. She kept telling me, if you'll trust me, you will see the results that you're wanting. And at that point, I didn't really have any other option. So I just decided every time she told me something to do, to give it that 2 weeks. I didn't like that. We need to do that again. Am I just talking to you at this time? Yeah.
So this whole thing is just
Okay. Yeah. No. And I want to start over. But because I didn't have any other option, I had brought myself as far as I could, and I was continuously just spinning my wheels. And so I decided that if I was really going to see some forward progress, that I was going to have to do something different than I had done in the past.
Yeah. So this was the last one. How did the challenge make you feel? Or how did being inconsistent with your nutrition make you feel?
Being inconsistent with my nutrition made me feel really frustrated. I felt like I was putting in a lot of work at one point and not seeing the results that I was hoping for. So I was just constantly restarting.
Yeah. So like a vicious cycle.
A vicious cycle.
So what changed after you started working with Lindsay?
I was able to find some consistency. She would give me small challenges each time we met that I was able to incorporate with the routine I already had. And then every time I came back to scan, I was seeing results, which built my trust in her and built my trust in my own body.
Cool. What specific results can you share with us?
Oh, yeah. I'm starting to feel muscle in places that I hadn't felt previously.
Yeah.
My clothes are fitting better, and I'm starting to love my body, although I'm not where I want to be. Yeah, and like I want to enjoy life, and that's what Lindsay mentally, she's really working a lot with me on enjoying my life. Like I don't want to miss social events because of fear of getting off track or eating outside of my plan. She's teaching me how I can still be involved in those social activities and enjoy myself, make smart choices. I don't want to be consistently logging everything for the rest of my life. You know, she teases me, you don't want to be somebody that carries a scale in your purse to a restaurant. I don't want my kids to see that. And so the plate method that she teaches is very different from anything that I've ever done. I've always been taught you have to log, you have to track, you have to use these tracking devices. I need to measure. And while I still do a lot of those things, she really helps me mentally find that balance so that I don't get completely stressed out just for going to dinner with my family or having a holiday weekend.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay, now we'll go back to the original question.
Okay.
What specific results can you share with us?
Since I started working with Lindsay, I've lost 11 pounds, I've lost 8% body fat, and I've gained 4 pounds of muscle.
What would you say to someone who's on the fence about getting started with Lindsay?
If you've been wondering about working with Lindsay, I'm telling you, just do it. I know that it seems like, I don't know if you want me to say anything about cost. Yeah. I know, but I wanted to say what's good for you guys, like, because I know that's people's big hang up.
So here's the deal. There's a girl out there somewhere right now that is where you are 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she's watching from the outside.
Yeah.
And she's seeing that people are doing this program and they're getting results, but she's not sure if it's going to work for her.
Yeah.
So she's on the fence. She's not sure if this is something that she wants to dive into. So what would you say to that group?
Okay. If you've been wondering about working with Lindsay, just do it. I'm telling you, it will be the best money you have ever spent. She not only works with you from a nutrition standpoint and physically, but mentally, and it's just been huge for me. It's been a great investment. I feel like if you don't get right mentally with your nutrition, the rest of it will never, it might fall into place for a moment, but as far as long term, I've never thought about, I'm 37, I'm coming up on 40. I've never thought about what it's going to be like when I'm 60. And I'm starting to really think about that. I hear a lot of people tell me, when I was your age, I don't want to say that. I want to be in great shape and chase my kids and my grandkids, even at 60.
I think that I'm going to ask this question. Do you grant permission for us to feature your testimonial in our marketing materials?
Yes.
Okay. I think for a lot of people, when they think about nutrition, they think about what I'm eating, like what kind of diet I'm on, being in a calorie deficit, tracking calories, tracking macros, protein, carbs, fat, blah blah blah, like the very nerdy stuff about nutrition. Mm-hmm. But I think that one of the things that Lindsay does a good job at is working on the mental and emotional component that's associated with nutrition. Can you talk about that any?
Absolutely, Lindsay.
I know that's a tough question.
It is, yeah.
But I know that it's especially for women, and I'm not a woman, so I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. But I feel like there's a lot of emotions that are associated with what you eat and how you're eating, and maybe the success or guilt that you feel with being on the wagon or falling off the wagon. Mm-hmm. And I know that Lindsay helps women with that part of it, but I don't know really how. So how has she helped you from an emotional standpoint when it comes to how you're eating?
I think my whole life I've been taught that less is more. In order to get there, in order to lose weight, in order to be in shape, I needed to eat less. And you can only do that for so long. You can only do that for so long. And I think that's why we're always starting over. It's just continuously starting over. And she was able to show me that it wasn't about eating less. I eat more by volume and by calorie now than I've ate in 5 years. And I have results. So it's really amazing if you'll just listen. If you'll just listen to her. If there anything to add, I don't know if they can use this, but the first time I came to see Lindsay, I was kind of a mess. I had been repeating for a long time without any result. And she told me, she's like, I've got you. I'm very good at what I do. And I thought, okay, I'll give her 2 weeks. I'll give her 2 weeks. I'll do everything she says for 2 weeks, and we'll see. We'll see how good she is. And not only did I see results even after those 2 weeks, but she consistently is very available to answer my questions. She cheers me on. She's just really great at what she does, and I know she genuinely cares. So that's hard to find.